Good morning, friends. So we spent last week looking at waiting on the Lord and what that looked like, using the Word of God and seeing how Israel faced waiting on the Lord. How was it in the New Testament? And reflecting on how that looked in our life using all of our senses. And so this week we're going to try something a little bit different. It's a lazy snow day here in my house. You can see I'm way far over on the couch just because I have a pouting puppy over here. He has a little hurt dew claw and he would like some attention. So we're going to get to that as soon as we're done with the show. Hopefully he will be fine and survive his broken toenail. But sometimes it feels like that. He is waiting on me and there's a lot of sighing and moaning going on over here. So we feel your pain, buddy. We feel your pain. We've been doing it all week. So, I apologize. The word "so" slipped back into my vocabulary. I am working on it, friends. That's going to be one of my New Year's resolutions. And New Year's resolutions for your spiritual life are a little bit different. Some people it may not be. Some people might be like, I've never read Edith Stein. I'm going to read 5 Edith Stein books this month. Or maybe they're like, I'm going to start going to daily mass. Or maybe they're even going to say, I'm going to look at myself. This one is Know Thyself, 100 Guided Meditations on Humility of Heart. Yeah. Might need to look at that one myself. We have Good Morning God. We have, I would like this. A Year with the Catechism. I would prefer it for the Council of Trent, but A Year with the Catechism. And of course, we have Graceful Living by Jeanette. And this one is daily meditations. So they're just kind of short, has a day, a short reading, and then a little thought after it. So a great book. Some people do this as a book club where you would get together because you could journal after you read these. And then get together once a week or once a month and just discuss the most powerful ones for you. You could, there's also this little short one here by Ralph Martin, Called to Holiness, What It Means to Encounter the Living God. Or you could be super tasky and remember that you would need to go out and get your 2020 guide, St. Joseph's Guide for your Liturgy of the Hours. If you're starting that, even if it's for Christian prayer, bam, got one of those too. And that just tells you what reading to do on what day. Takes all the brain work out of using the breviary. So those are just very practical things. And not that they aren't all lovely. I want you to start somewhere different than that for your resolutions. Think of that period of Mass. Okay, so we've been looking at all this waiting, right? And at Mass, you literally say, Lord, I am not worthy for you to enter under my roof, but only say the word and I shall be healed. And what I want to ask you then is, all of this is great, but don't skip the intermediate step. Why these don't always work is that we're missing the intermediate step, that reflection. Well, you've been doing that reflection for an entire week. So we're going to take it to the next level now and say, what do you want to be healed of this year? Just stop and sit with that thought for a while. If you have to, pause it on the screen, come back to it after you've watched this video. What do you want to be healed of this year? So literally, sorry, I've got a little cold and it's a snow day, so that's not helping me, right? So when we get that line is from the story of Zacchaeus, the little tax collector who was a descendant of Abraham, right? He's supposed to be the chosen people, and here he is cheating the chosen people. And for some reason, he just needs Jesus. In that moment, he needs to see him. We've all been there. You're sitting there in your sin, and you're kind of wallowing, and you're like, no, I need Jesus. I need to see Jesus. And he did. And so he climbed up the tree so he could see him. What he didn't realize is that Jesus also saw him. And Jesus is like, hey, I'm going to come to your house today. Go get ready. What do you do in that moment when Jesus says, I'm going to come to your house today? Go get ready. What is it that you need healed of? So for Zacchaeus, he was very greedy. And by the end of spending some time with Jesus didn't just accompany him. It was a challenge, right? And Zacchaeus, he gave half of his goods to the poor. And he gave back whatever he cheated people of, he gave it back to them fourfold. So not only did he give the money back. So he did reparation for his greed against his fellow man, but also for his lack of caring for the poor. So he did both. And only one of those things was truly obvious to most people. So great job going the other step. Like, he was healed of his greed by spending time with Jesus. And that's why a lot of these books are really good, because they will help you spend time with Jesus and help you heal those wounds, and so that you can go out and make reparation for them. Absolutely, you're going to go to confession at some point in here, right? Don't think I'm saying skip confession and communion. I'm saying just the opposite. Go to confession, go to communion, spend some time with the Lord in adoration. If you don't have adoration at your area, you can still adore the Lord in the tabernacle. It's totally a way to do it. He doesn't have to be exposed in order for you to do it. And spend time with the Word. Using any of these books will help you get closer to God. So, in helping you identify this, obviously spiritual direction is the way to go. And I think there's some spiritual direction that is done over the computer or the phone. But just to get you started, I want you to think of what your life would look like, what your life with Jesus would look like if you woke up tomorrow and everything was perfect. What does that look like? What does the miracle look like in your life? Obviously, mine would include a clean house. And I would be on top of things more often, not trying to catch up. And so, but that's not necessarily a spiritual sin. So what am I saying there? I need a better balance in my life. So I need to keep going deeper. What is it that's the root of all this that needs healed? And a lot of it was stuff that I was working on this summer. And I wasn't instantly healed of it. I mean, maybe I was, but the effects are going to keep coming. Rebuilding my life is going to take time. And this is part of it. So I thank you for that, friends, letting me explore my faith life with you. And so I'm continually trying to heal a wound that's in me, and just get my life completely back on track where it is. I don't know that I'll ever be perfect, but, I can keep saying that prayer, and hopefully the Lord will hearing me. Lord, I am not worthy that you should enter under my roof, but only say the word, and I shall be healed. And keep saying it and believing it, and the miracle will happen. So what does the miracle look like in your life? I want you to think about that, and we'll get back to it a little bit more tomorrow. Okay, friends, God bless. Have a beautiful day.